Lifesteal SMP had a legendary run, but as time goes on, more and more members have decided to leave the server for good. Some members rage quit, while others were caught and exposed for some pretty messed up things, and even saying the N-word on camera. So let's take it way back to the start, because Lifesteal once was great.
Get him! Yo, this... Nah, he's done.
But that was before all of the drama that tore the server apart. It all started as a simple yet fun Anarchy SMP, and quickly turned into one of the most elaborate and creative SMPs when it comes to its storytelling, creation, and crazy complex war planning. To better understand exactly why everyone left, we need to go back 3 years into the past, back to the early days of the server and how exactly it began.
Specifically to the very first day of the Lifesteal SMP. Lifesteal is no ordinary world. In fact, it's a YouTuber anarchy server, and here, if you kill a player, you steal one of their permanent hearts.
But let's not go back too early, because Season 1 wouldn't have any members leaving, though that would change very quickly coming into Season 2. YouTubers Jetpacks and Mapic were the people who started the Lifesteal SMP. The idea of the server was proposed by Parrot, where if another player kills you, you'll permanently lose a heart and they will gain yours, and vice versa. But going into Season 2, they were certainly not expecting anyone to be leaving already. However, there were actually 3 players from Lifesteal SMP Season 1 who didn't return for the second. These players were Adrians, Guilty, and Redunes. Although Redunes would return later and be a major player in Season 3, both Adrians and Guilty would not return for the rest of the season or in any of the following seasons of the Lifesteal SMP. We don't exactly know the reasons for not continuing on the server, despite being founding members, but from what we can see from their channel uploads, it seems like both of them more so enjoyed playing on Minecraft Hardcore mode, which was probably the reason why they weren't making any content about the Lifesteal SMP at all. That, along with the belief that the SMP would never really amount to anything, made them skeptical and just decided to not be a part of it anymore. Now, all the players were split onto teams because that's how the server's storyline really started. Adrian's, while he was on the server, was part of the Sour Patch Nation, and Guilty was in the trio of Gentleman Alliance. However, neither of them really played any sort of major role in Season 1 major events, so it wasn't the biggest loss for the server that they decided to leave. Something you should know and understand is the groups and alliances on the Lifesteal SMP. It'll be a reason that attributes to many creators' disappearance from Lifesteal itself, and later on, it actually caused one of the biggest creators on the server to leave. We'd first see the creation of the Jolly Ranchers, which includes Rochambeau Games, The Terrain, and Poafa.
You know, after all that, I think it's time to give our nation an official name, although all of my ideas were shot down. So we decided to go with Jolly Rancher.
Opposing Jetpacks' Sour Patch Kingdom, which includes Parrot, the Beast Woogie, Ospie, and of course, Adrian's. Sour Patch Kingdom would soon grow to be the largest group in the server, having a total of 14 players by the end of the season, as opposed to Jolly Rancher's 6-player group. The Gentleman Alliance, which of course Guilty was a part of, was only a 3-person group, having Juvoid, Guilty, and Havenhand. As we mentioned, the ever so complicated storyline would start right away in Season 1, and if we want to even try and understand why some of the members left, we have to be somewhat caught up. So, in the Battles of the Ocean Monument, Parrot and his team fought against Mapic and the Jolly Ranchers, outplaying them in literally every way due to the absurd amount of hearts that they gathered thanks to a heart farm exploit that they discovered. Mapic, though, quickly found an admin command bug and started exploiting it back against Parrot. During their second confrontation with the Jolly Ranchers, Parrot and his teammates still managed to win an uphill battle against Mapic, leading to the end of the first season. And, as we know, the end of Adrian's, Guilty, and Redunes. Along with this, Parrot would now officially be running the server. He became the new server owner, and he would soon revamp the server to fix the main problem that was plaguing Season 1. He got rid of admin commands, so there would be absolutely no more admin command abuse this time around.
So I became the new owner of the server, starting Lifesteal SMP Season 2, and I promised never to let admin commands impact the server again.
And surely, this would get more players to stick around, right? I mean, they'd only lost 3 creators at this point, so hopefully it wouldn't get too much worse. But as I'm sure you know, it would only get worse from here. However, it wouldn't start off too bad. It was during this time that Lifesteal SMP's popularity picked up massively on both YouTube and Twitch. So Season 2 would see the addition of many fresh faces, being It Subs, McBirkin, McClutch, MidMySticks, Panji, Planet Lord, Prince Zam, RecRap2, Savrise, Spectacle, and Sponker, aka Dream's PvP trainer. And let me tell you, you're gonna want to remember the name Sponker, because he later leaves for a reason that isn't exactly sunshine and rainbows.
It's recently come to my attention that the YouTuber by the name of Sponker has been publicly exposed and also just been made videos of, accused, and not only accused but also literally exposed for being a predator.
But before we dive into exactly what happened there, let's take a look at all of the new faces. And with them, probably the most notable addition to the server was the player named Clown Pierce, who Parrot himself stated to be the best PvPer in all of the SMP. Now, Season 2 was good. In fact, it was great for the future of the SMP, but it didn't feel like that to everyone. With Parrot as the leader of Lifesteal SMP's new season, several changes were made to the server. A couple of these were the ability to withdraw hearts and use them as a consumable resource, adding to the current max health pool of the players. On top of that, he also added another gameplay element, in which players lose 1 max heart each time that they die, taking the already difficult setting of the Lifesteal SMP to even greater heights in terms of survivability.
Lifesteal had a new feature that allowed players to withdraw their hearts as items. We decided to give almost all of our hearts to Vortex, bringing him all the way up to the max heart count of 20.
However, this change wasn't exactly great. Not only could Clown Pierce still destroy all of his enemies who had max hearts, but other players didn't like the changes and would peace out on the Lifesteal SMP. In Season 2, as we saw, only a handful of players didn't return, but ending Season 2 and coming into Season 3, the numbers of non-returning players would increase a lot, and actually doubling the amount of the previous season. Cakeman Extreme is one of those players. He would not return to the server, and upon checking, he hasn't really made any content regarding the Lifesteal SMP. But during his time on the server, he was allied with Miles. Miles YouTube was another Minecraft YouTuber who was part of Lifesteal Season 2. But the reason he left is actually a bit more interesting. He made a video of his journey and experience in Lifesteal SMP Season 2. But after taking a lot of L's from mostly PvE related stuff, he was down to only 1 remaining heart. In his video, Why I Got Banned on Lifesteal SMP, he told everyone that being down to 1 heart is the cue for him to quit.
So was that it? I had 1 heart. There was nowhere I could go from this. 1 heart is basically being already dead. So what's even the point in trying at this point? Wait a minute. See, this would be great, but I wasn't invited.
And as you can see right at the ending there, he expressed the desire to play and join Lifesteal SMP Season 3, but apparently he wasn't invited at all. So that was the end of it for him. Goovoid would also not return for Season 3, switching up his content and probably just not being invited back. Its Oasis though is one of the weirdest cases coming off the start of the server. To be honest, these cases would only get crazier and worse from here though. But Oasis was another content creator who would not return for both Seasons 3 and 4 for multiple reasons. In his Twitter post back in December 2022, he posted a TwitLonger link regarding several frequently asked questions that fans would ask him, and the TwitLonger link has actually been disabled since. In summary, he's not participating in Lifesteal SMP due to a project that he's been working on called Across the Darkness, which is also a video series about his experiences during Lifesteal SMP Season 2. However, if you go and check out his channel, he hasn't uploaded anything except for 1 video. Checking the Wayback Machine, it seems like he deleted his previous videos and just decided to keep 1 public on the channel. Now, his reasons for leaving the server seemed a lot deeper than others. Maybe he didn't feel comfortable or simply just had a bad encounter. Whatever the reason though, he didn't make it clear publicly, and probably for a good reason. Not to mention, almost every video with anything to do with Oasis has since been deleted. He basically erased himself off of YouTube itself. Some creators though were simply just lazy and didn't see the vision of the Lifesteal SMP server. server. Osby, despite being a founding member of Season 1, would not be returning for Season 3. He also only ever uploaded one video on his channel, so there's that. Now for the real stuff. This is where Lifesteal SMP struck up some controversy and took a turn for the worse. Remember when I told you guys that we're gonna get back to Spawker later on? Well, here we are. And to be honest, this section warrants a video of its own just for how crazy it is. Spawker is famously known to be Dream's Minecraft trainer, the man himself who made Dream the Minecraft legend that he became.
Spawker, or Spencer, was one of the reasons I was able to get so good at 1.16 PvP, because he sat there and taught me a lot of stuff, because he's a tryhard who plays all the time.
And Dream and his coach Spawker also shared a few other darker similarities, because Spawker didn't exactly have a clean past. In fact, it was a pretty disgusting past. And a lot of his mistakes would soon surface online. Almost a year ago, when a YouTuber named 9takes uploaded a video regarding Spawker. In this video, he discussed a ton of the allegations made against Spawker, which would turn out to not exactly be allegations, and more so just be terrible things that he did.
He says right after this, "So over feelings that I caught, I was willing to throw out the friendship. This is just salt in the wound, man. You're saying because of how someone treated a woman, you're willing to throw out a friendship and become a pedophile and date an underage girl? What kind of delusional is this?" Right as this was said, Sharpness hit Spawker with, "You were gonna get with her, I'm telling you," which Spawker leads up with the heat. I've been on the fence about it because I know it was wrong. So don't sit here and act like I had no hesitation. It doesn't matter if you had hesitation or not. You still acted on it. How is this difficult for him to understand? He's playing the moral cards when he already is morally wrong.
Now, this was definitely the worst thing that he did. He was 18 years old messaging a 14-year-old, but it wasn't actually the initial reason that he was kicked from the Lifesteal SMP. The initial reason was actually funny enough because he was caught in 4K saying the N-word on the Lifesteal SMP. You can search up and find that clip yourself, but here's the gameplay of it on screen. I have a feeling that YouTube wouldn't enjoy me including it with the audio. So there's what happened to Spawker, and even funnier, when the allegations were 100% proved true, he deleted everything from his channel and vanished from the internet completely. And still to this day, we haven't seen anything from him in a while. So that's the main people who didn't return for Season 3, but the start of Season 3 wasn't the actual downfall of the Lifesteal SMP. They had some controversy and members who left, sure, but it was recoverable, unlike what was yet to come. On a positive note, Season 3 was probably the most stacked in terms of content and members so far. New server rules were also implemented, such as no netherite equipment except for their tools, and banning the use of some potions. Combat logging was also added as a bannable offense. Since this is a new season of Lifesteal SMP and it's raking in hundreds of thousands of views per video, the server is of course gonna see new faces. The SMP additions this time around include Bacon Waffles, Branzycraft, Don Turnt, Mr. Cube 6, Minecraft Curios, and Red Dunes, who, yes, was previously in Season 1 but only logged into the server once. There's also another addition to the server, the Lifesteal SMP guests, which include Blockfax, Tubbo, and most notably, Dream SMP's very own Tommy Innit. Tommy Innit visited the Lifesteal SMP server as a guest, and this of course just blew it up to new heights. Season 3 is the most stacked that the server has ever been, and the views were only on the rise. Not to mention, heading into Season 4, we'd see the least members leave that we ever had. For this season, surprisingly, there's only one singular member who will not make an appearance, and it's Minecraft Curios. Even better for the public image of the server, he didn't leave with any controversy at all. It was simply due to him having a lack of time.
And on Lifesteal, you literally have to play for like 30 hours just to get a video out. And if I did that, I just would have zero content for like a month. And if I didn't post for a month on Minecraft Curious, then I'd probably lose like all my subscribers. So I don't really want to do that. So it's a question is can I play Lifesteal while also posting normal content? And I'm not sure what the answer is to that. So really, it's just about me not having enough time to play on the server actively while also posting my current content.
His Minecraft Curios Twitter account was also suspended, but now he goes under the name of Jamesy or Baked. He makes Minecraft Kids content and was probably with the right decision to leave from the server when he did. But other than that, let's move on to Season 4 of the Lifesteal SMP. Season 4, as I said, would retain basically all of the players from Season 3 and will outnumber its previous season in terms of views and in-game events. But this was also the time when bugs, exploits, and banned items would surface and absolutely plague the server. There was some contraband items going around. And despite weeks and weeks of effort to find these contraband items and the vault that they were stored at, Parrot and his team would find absolutely nothing. But not too long after, they find Spoke having something to do with it, leaving Parrot to take a leave from the server in honor of his good friend Spoke.
What I've realized is that if you're not on this server, I don't think I can really have fun either.
I think I can say the same, Barrett.
Alright,
Ready?
I'm ready.
See you later.
Bye.
Don't worry though, because this wasn't Parrot's official exit from Lifesteal. Spoke would later invite Parrot back to the server by telling him about a brand new exploit that players would be able to use to their advantage. And it was cross-transferring items from other servers and being able to log into 2 servers at one time.
You currently have the You currently have the other worlds loaded. So if you fall down, you will land on like a tree or something.
Bro, what the heck is this?
Parrot would later accuse a player named Vitality, saying that he's also capable of pulling off this exploit. So, in order to prevent this from happening and ruining the server, Parrot and Spoke planned out the only thing that they could think of doing, and Vitality would get a ban from the server. 2 months after Vitality's forced ban from the server, Spoke would invite Parrot back again to show him another new exploit. But this time around, Spoke managed to trick Parrot into giving him admin powers, starting a war on the server with illegal items and tons of glitches and exploits. All of this made a series of events that would lead to Spoke's death, making the perfect opportunity to start the creation of Lifesteal SMP Season 5. The season that, however, would see the most people leave. And it was not good looks for Lifesteal. By the most amount of creators, I mean the most prominent creators in the space, particularly RecRap2, Parrot X2, and McClutch. Vitality, Pawafa, and its subs would also not return as regular Lifesteal SMP players for this season. But let's first dive into what happened with McClutch. McClutch is a Minecraft YouTuber who joined the Lifesteal SMP way back in Season 2, and he was hyped to be there.
It was basically a dream to join this group of people, but somehow it led to me being called a misogynist, becoming the most hated person in the Minecraft community, and being forced to leave the Lifesteal SMP. How the hell did this happen?
Well, throughout Season 3, McClutch would make 7 videos about the SMP, and in Season 4, he was part of some of the biggest major conflicts on the server. And overall, McClutch was really active on the SMP, until August 3rd of 2023, when he responded to a Twitter thread. Prince Zam, one of Lifesteal SMP's most prominent members, quote retweeted him with a screenshot of McClutch following Andrew Tate. And whether you think that's an issue or not, it's crazy that it was the reason he ended up leaving the Lifesteal SMP.
But out of nowhere, the situation had amassed over 100,000 views pretty freaking quickly. And so my comments started flooding with people calling me a sex trafficking supporter, misogynist, woman hater, simply for following Andrew Tate. Now I feel like that says a lot about the Minecraft community, and everyone was turning their backs on me. And I realized just how petty the post of the screenshot actually was. It literally had nothing to do with the situation that was happening. And it was simply just Zam's attempt at getting the entire community to hate me and to get me kicked from Lifesteal. And you know what, bro? It worked.
And in his last YouTube video, he told everyone about his experiences during his time on the SMP, explaining how he felt left out a lot by his fellow content creators and how he felt unhappy because despite him getting hundreds of thousands of views on his videos, he thought it was only because he was on Lifesteal. In the end, he mentioned that he's now trying to improve his life despite leaving the server and that he thought the decision was for the better. Following this upload, McClutch received positive reception from its subs, who was his teammate way back in Season 2, and Minecraft Curios, who also shared his sentiments about feeling left out while playing on the Lifesteal SMP. Speaking of its subs, he would also quit in the same time frame for mental health reasons. In his Subs Talks channel, he talked about his life plans, pondering what exactly he should do next.
What's the next step? What do I see myself doing in life that is meaningful to me? Not necessarily meaningful to others. Don't care about what people say online, like, wow, in order to be a good, meaningful decent person in society, you need to donate your left kidney to charity. Like, no, man, you don't need to do that. What you need to focus on is what is meaningful to you and how to make a lifestyle around those meaningful things.
Whatever exactly he's been doing since, I do hope the best for him. And as I mentioned, after the ban from the server, Vitality also would say his last goodbyes moving into Season 5. On May 13th, Vitality posted the video, The Story of My Last Block, which is a 2-week-long journey of Vitality in his quest to leave Lifesteal SMP and content creation in general for good.
As I move on to the next stage of my life, I'm forever blessed to have you watching this video, and for the thousands of friends I've made along this crazy content creation journey. Since I was young, I've always wanted to use my platform to empower others. So check out these awesome, underrated creators who have especially helped me get to this point.
Pawafa would also quit the server, apparently due to the lack of enjoyment for SMP content in general. However, he did post a 2.5-hour long video about his journey in the SMP. But now for the real biggest losses that the server faced going into Season 5. Rekrap and Parrot left the server for good. On December 3rd of 2023, Rekrap posted a video about why he left the Lifesteal SMP. In the video, he mentioned how Lifesteal was getting repetitive for him and he didn't like getting into conflicts with the people that he considers friends, even though the conflict itself is basically just for content. He also said he didn't feel excited about the same repetitive cycle of joining a team, getting betrayed, and getting back on the trader. Basically, the storyline of every video.
I just didn't have any new video ideas that I was excited about. I felt like I had done everything already. I think this really shows in one of my last Lifesteal videos where I killed people if they like pancakes better than waffles. And this was my main ditch effort to stray away from the typical Lifesteal video of like, this guy betrayed me, so I'm gonna fight him back.
Due to this, he felt like Lifesteal was ending for him, so he decided to let everyone know about him leaving the server, especially after taking into consideration how bold of a move this would be for him.
And so I sent them the message. I wasn't going to be playing on the next season of Lifesteal. And the worst part is I knew what this meant. I wasn't gonna be joining the VCs every day. As much as I'm sure they would have welcomed me and we would have had fun, we just didn't have that common interest of playing on the server. And as the months have gone by, like, that's true. I haven't talked to them nearly as much.
And finally, we have Parrot X2. Parrot is probably one of the longest members on Lifesteal SMP, and for the last 4 seasons, he's been the owner and one of the most, if not the most, popular content creator in all of the Lifesteal SMP. He was responsible for most of the changes in Season 2, vowing not to have any more admin abuse that will take the fun out of the server. He was also one of the main brains behind many of the SMP's most creative traps. On April 4th though, it would all come to an end. Parrot would upload a 3-hour long journey of his humble beginnings as part of the Sour Patch Nation, leading to his ownership of the Lifesteal SMP and everything that would follow. This video was basically a parting gift for all of the Lifesteal SMP fans who would be missing the Parrot Lifesteal videos greatly. It's an emotional video for fans that hit the viewers in their feels, involving their journey together and why they had to split up in the end. Eventually, Parrot would leave the server once and for all to focus on other content. But this is not the end for him at all. In fact, maybe just the start. He's still posting videos, trying to make them better and better each time, with an insanely loyal fan base watching over 3-hour Minecraft videos. It's nice to say he didn't go out on a bad note like some of the other creators in this video did. If you guys did make it to this point in the video, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe. Let me know what videos you want to see next, and I will catch you guys all later. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get to 100,000 subscribers.